What's up, Phantom Freaks? It's Mitch, Crypto Music, coming at you with a little bit of this and that over at Fantom. And we're going to just be going through a little bit of what's going on, obviously, with the whole Andre debacle. A whole bunch of TVL has left the building. And, you know, if you'd have told me a few weeks ago or even a month ago that the owner of creator of Yearn Finance, one of the like DeFi godfathers who we all look up to, was going to like pack up his bags and take the ball and leave the court. I'm taking my ball and I'm leaving, guys, because someone tweeted mean stuff at him. I would have said you were joking. I said there's no way. That guy's tweets are always silly, sarcastic. He's never said one serious thing ever. There's no way he's going to be taking all of those tweets so seriously that he's going to like take his ball and leave the court. And I would have been terribly wrong, wouldn't I have? Anyway, we're still sitting here at number 5 for, L1s for locked value. And that is even after Yearn Finance has left the building, right? I mean, they basically took all the TVL they had on Fantom, and that was right here. Bloop, gone. And, so very interesting. Not too worried myself. It's just, before all this happened, Andre was only partially involved here, right? He was mainly over like doing stuff on other chains and doing this and that. And he would come over and show a little love here. And we thought that with him bringing like Daniela Siesta and all that this way, that we were all going to be like, the new big bad boys on the block, right? But not really. Probably wasn't the case. And we're really just kind of back to where we were before with a little less TVL. But now we still have Solidly, and it looks like SolidX is taking that over. And we got a whole bunch of stuff that's going to happen, and it will be taken over from the grassroots. And it's very much the same way that Fantom itself is, right? Because Fantom was like, a blockchain that was walked away from and community taken over, and the Fantom Foundation basically came about, took over the chain, and everything's been going since. And that's kind of one thing I really liked about it, is that it was so community driven. We had such a solid and great community. Now, when you bring over billions of dollars, what comes over with it? Well, a lot of toxic people from other chains, right? And they soaked up into Fantom, and people started getting extremely tribal and all that. But, not to worry. In my opinion, it's all good fun. Fantom is still the place to be. We still got the greatest community out there. And, just not worried at all. One cool thing that happened, check this out, on the TVL list. Didn't see this one coming. Beethoven has passed Spirit Swap as the number 2 DEX on Fantom by TVL. Wow, that is really cool. That's what Bribing Wars can do for you. And Bribing Wars will be, coming to a lot more DEXs after this has happened. Other good stuff, obviously, the Oath token has been launched. That's the Reaper Finance situation. I didn't buy in as I should have. I just kind of want to wait till the dust settled, and I was a little, had been took all my money and put it into Oxify for the time being. And so now that that is going, I will have some extra funds that I can start loading a little bit more into Oath. But Oath is the token, for the whole Byte Masons team. Supposedly, it's like profit sharing type of situation with everything, like with Reaper, with Byte Masons, the whole bit. So we'll see what happens. And it's ran by someone who I trust and know, and we all like, Justin Beavis, and pretty exciting, actually, pretty damn exciting. So let's head over and have a look at a few things. Now, this is Comb. It's something we talk about regularly on this channel, but it's a hybrid protocol, node as a service, DeFi as a service, that whole thing. And they got a lot going on, and they're getting more and more building up. You get a 328% APR here, which is fantastic. You got multiple different levels at which you can come in, but these guys just got a little bit more going on. We'll take a look at my account really quick. Hit that app button. I have 4 nodes running. This bar here tells you when you've gotten up to a point where you could reinvest. However, I just had cashed out some profits the other day to help, get into my, increase my position over at Oxy. But the current Comb price is $2.79. It has been, just performing fantastically. It took a nice hit when everyone was taking a hit, but since their new announcement, it has done nothing but run to the moon. So I was nice to catch the top, or what was the top at the time, right here at 268. However, if you go back a little ways, it has definitely been above that, especially, short after launch, the initial climb, all-time highs here, and I believe that we may be going for all-time highs. Even with the suppressed shit state of the market, this thing still may hit all-time highs. So why is that? Well, because they have a lot going on, but we did just get this announcement here from Comb. Protocol sustainability, the hive is half full. The rationale behind Comb's node cap. In the past, there were people who had an unjust assumption that decisions are made because we feel like it, when in reality, it is usually after hundreds of hours of many different iterations. Herein will be a small insight on how and why the decision have been made to have a node cap. So there's going to be a node cap. So know that. 1x shaped price decreases. The function 1x. Why? Well, because it was it is what high emission tokens do. Without changing the node systems, nodes effectively act like high emission farms, at least in terms of the price action. This in turn emits tokens at a rate which outpaces the demand, which consequently sends the price downwards. This constant pressure then lowers sentiment, increases sales, and furthermore, that momentum grows. As long as the compounding exists, if there is an ability to compound and we stretch time infinitely, then the number of nodes would be larger than that of all the money on the planet. We recognize that this hyperbole has several parameters that make this comparison not as straightforward as we make it out to be, but the sentiment remains. What good is having more nodes if the token price decreases faster than the rate of creation? You could sell every day, but remember, that results in the price going towards zero. Okay, solutions. How does it work better? Now that there is a little background on why we picked to have a node cap, now we can explore what make it stand out as the best choice, measurable percentages of emissions. With some slight rework of how Cone come into existence, along with the node cap, we can have a system where all current node owners keep a base percentage allocation of all future revenue. Pretty cool. So this is the natural progression of these platforms, right? They need to come in, pay us all through emissions until they got a huge treasury. That huge treasury should start earning, right? Like Louvator is making like $300,000 a month with the money that we gave them. They got into Krabata, they got into all sorts of stuff. These guys kind of did a similar thing. They have a treasury. It's paying. At some point, the emissions should like cut, drop down, or whatever. Or the emissions could stay the same, but the burn rate needs to outpace the emission rate, right? Because what we want them to do is have enough protocol revenue, have enough stuff earning money that they can support the price and get us all paid, because we're the investors that made this whole damn thing happen. So that's what we're here for, right? All right. Here is where this all comes together. If you produce 12.5 comb per day, and I do understand this is a large amount, then you produce roughly 1% of all daily emissions. If you lock that into Z comb every day, every period, then you effectively own at least 1% of all Z comb revenue. I say at least, as there will be people who do not do this, which means they are diluting their share, and there will be some volume circulating. If only 50% of the people lock, you effectively get double rewards for locking your comb. But you can only ever get diluted back to your base value, 1% in this case, if 100% emissions were locked. This is simplified math. There are other factors that make these numbers vary, such as the comb in the liquidity pool, tokens set aside for large investors, etc., etc. There will need to be new tokenomics breakdown once nodes stop being created, as that is all the comb is used for. That will be out soon. If you have compounded nodes thus far, you have given yourself a larger portion of revenue forever, if you so choose. The takeaway in this, the new system allows you to get a minimum percentage of all the revenue if you keep your rewarded comb and lock it. As we grow, so does your revenue, and it's percentage based. You cannot be diluted, not unless you choose to, by selling off your comb, which is up to you. On release of Z-Comb, this will be the revenue from farms, treasury investments, and auto compounders. In the future, this will expand to include any additional sources of revenue from DeFi applications we launch. There are very few systems that allow early investors to not get diluted out if they don't want to be. And we have not even covered the future node benefits yet. So it's very interesting. With Z-Comb, the true game begins as investors fight for comb emissions. who will be the king of the hill. Very interesting, very different way to go about it, having this two token system, and I think it's gonna be very, very interesting, and excited to see what happens. And you can see that there was a nice increase in the price, and so for me that just means I just want to be, you know, reinvesting as much as possible. So when I get this thing jacked up, I'm gonna reinvest into another one. I took some profits recently. That's gonna be all I'm gonna do for a while, and other than that, I'm just want to kind of reinvest this for a while, because I think there's gonna be some good stuff going on. Maybe once I'm past the entire Seinfeld cat, you know, I got Jerry, George, Kramer, and Elaine. Maybe I'll get like, you know, George's parents down here and just run with 2 more of these smallest Broughton hives and the one I have, and then start working that Z-comb thing, right? Because that's pretty interesting. Now over on the vaults, we got a few different vaults here. Look, oh, they did have a 3rd vault. Looks like that one's been taken down, but they have a TOOM FTM and a 2 ohm FTM pool, one earning 0.18% a day, the other earning 0.182% a day. They're going to get a whole bunch more pools like this and swaps and different things going on. But what these things do is every time that you use this, they take their little percentage and use that to burn comb. So that's all these are for. And so if you have some 2 ohm FTM to vault up, or some TOOM FTM vaulting it here, helping support the price of comb, it's a win-win, right? If you're in comb and TOOM. So there's that. Back over to my dashboard, just letting this thing run out. $2.79 current price, fantastic. So you know, doing just fine, making 43 bucks a day. And like I said, just for a little while, I'm going to be just reinvesting that over and over. All right, let's stop by Power. Power's got a lot going on. I think Power right now is the greatest opportunity in pretty much all of Nodeland. And the reason for that is because the price has been just taking a beating. They have a lot going on. Remember, these guys do regular AMAs like once a week, super busy, but they have been pumping it out, the emissions. So this, you know, I think that this price could go down a little bit more, but this is, in my estimation, the greatest deal in crypto land, you know, in the Nodeland right now. I think we're extremely suppressed. And if I wasn't purchasing Oath right now, I would be purchasing Power. So there's that. Let's stop by their website real quick. I'll show you some different stuff they got going on, because there's mad freaking money to be made here. Okay, Power Nodes, as you know, they got a new system going on. You can earn money with a 6,300% generative yield. That's APY, not APR. So, you know, it's obviously a lot lower than that. But you can end up with about 1.4% a day with the biggest node. That's pretty crazy. That's why we're seeing a little downward pressure on the coin. But with all the stuff they got going, and I'll wait till they launch that stuff before I go ahead and spit it all out to you, but just be aware, if you watch some of them AMAs, they got a lot that's coming down the pike, and they're not worried in the least bit. They're like, if this price does it to $1, we don't care. Everyone who buys it will just clean house, because we know where this is going in the end. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to do these things. I'm just telling you what they said. I currently have 13 Power here. I'm in the process of reinvesting until this thing gets back up to 10 bucks. So I'm just going to keep reinvesting there. But this is the new look of the site, which has come out. It's a new UI. The whole thing's not completely finished. Eventually, they're going to have like a God mode where you can like one click reinvest all your nodes and have a bunch more extra power. We'll see what happens there. I currently have 6 nuclear and 3 hydro. This nuclear is the way to go with these 50. That's the one that does the 1.4% per day ROI in 72 days. Beautiful. Now they have this other stuff going on. They have this staking, which is fantastic. The liquidity pools, I imagine the APRs are going to go down a lot. But getting into this pool right now, you can make yourself a whopping 878% APR. I've got 1.2 power earned in that pool. This Power FTM pool, the chances of some serious impermanent loss here is great, right? You got a huge chance of impermanent loss going on here, but with these very delicious APRs, which will go down as more money comes into this pool, it is cranking out. And I got 3.1 there. I had, what was it in the other pool? I had 1.2, so 3, 4, 5 power there. Head back over to the app. I need 50, so I'm not even close to that. 13 power there, so got a little ways to go. Up to 20. Give me, few more days. I'll have a nuclear here. After I do that, I'll probably take profits for a few days and then move on. So there's Power. Power, fantastic. Remember, these guys are a member of the Union of Transparency, which means they're super transparent. They have people that they answer to, you know. Hive Investments is part of that, hasn't launched yet. Also, I believe Comb is part of that, but Thornose and, you know, all the biggest, baddest ones who have completely finished their code and don't plan to change it for a long time, right? Because these guys, every time you change your code, you have to get an audit if you want to be part of the Union of Transparency. And those audits are freaking damn expensive. All right, last but not least, let's head over to beethoven-x. Man, this has just become one of my favorite platforms, even though my current value in my portfolio is down more than half, or about half actually. I was about up to 10 G's and now it's down to 5. The price of BEETS has a lot to do with that. It's at 64 cents, but more it's the farms, right? So let's head over and take a look at the farms, what they got going on. We'll start here right at the APR button. But the last vote was done, right? So you come over here, you click on vote. And the last vote was finished, round 5. And here is the winners. Lonely Mountain got 14.79. Hall of the Mountain Sutton got 12.4. Dante Symphony, Beats Masons, that's the pool I'm going to enter today, got 10.77. The one I really wanted to get it was this Monolith, and it didn't get very much, and that's probably why it's way down in the, you know, the APR dropped off a cliff because the emissions didn't get weighted, you know, they didn't get the votes that they got previously in the past. So there's that. Heading over to the Discord, we've got a few things. A beautiful day in the fantastical world of Beethoven. A new epoch has begun. More love, more music. Blissimo. The ballots are in and the votes have been counted. The gauge farm weights have been changed and updated farm emissions are now live and ready to roll. You can now farm your favorite pools in all their glory. For the result of the gauge votes, click on that and you can see what those results are, and it takes you right back to where we were just looking. So going up from here, we'll be live in a community town hall. They did do a town hall and like some crappy stuff happened, I guess, with some of the bribes, right? So I hope you all got bribed. I hope you all got mad bribes, but there was the smaller project, Summit DeFi, which has, you know, a major boosted pool here. I don't know if it's still in the boosted. Let's go over to incentivized pool. Look for the Summit DeFi. Oh, we'll click on APR. It should be near the top. So Summit DeFi is not in the top 10 anymore, but it was before. Looks like they're down the list a little bit, or maybe I'm just not seeing it. There it is, number 3. So this one has 60% Summit, 20% USDC, 20% Fantom. I think that's a great pool. I had said before, if it was only 20% Summit, I would jump all over this. Even if it was 40% Summit, I would. But I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't, because here's what happened. Summit DeFi has unfortunately sent their voting initiative, around 80,000 USDC in total, to the wrong addresses. You can understand this is a big blow to the Summit project because they are a small project. And as such, would appreciate it if those received the $50 of payments in Craigly would be kind enough to send back 90% of it, with the remaining 10% to be yours as a reward. They're offering NFTs to the people who send back the most, and all sorts of, yeah, I mean, it wasn't Summit's fault, but it wasn't Beethoven's fault. It was Summit's fault, but Beethoven is in here trying to fix it, offering up, you know, their artists to create NFTs for the people who return the money. Pretty cool. You know, Beethoven, you guys are always like on top of things, and like, it's crazy how your attention to detail is legendary. Okay, so let's head back over to the farms, and we'll filter by APR. Well, actually, let's look at my investments. So the Summit one has dropped off a cliff. I had about 1,200 in there. It's now down to $800 because the APR dropped down to 133. Normally I might sell this and try to get into a pool that is producing more beats, because that is my goal here for, you know, especially for things like the Monolith, or, you know, things I'm not really that into. Don't get me wrong, I like Bomb Swap, I like Shrap, but I'm not really trying to hold a bunch of Shrap, except for that it pays me out in beats, which I am dramatically trying to hold, right? I'm trying to get as many beats as I can because I want at least 10,000 F beats to, you know, feel like I got a good position here. 20,000 would be a better goal, but right now I'm shooting for 10. And so right now I got Exploding Shrapnel, like I said, cranking out. I like this one. It is kind of a big earner for me. Solid Beats, that one doesn't pay. That one pays out just in platform emissions, right? So see that if you click over here, it tells you what the payouts are, right? So this one says 105%. You're getting 101% of that in beats and 3.92 in swap fees APR. And that just means that your pool itself is growing. You know, you think about the difference between like Boo versus XBoo, right? XBoo grows exponentially in price more than the Boo does. That's very similar to what happens here and how you get paid with a lot of these pools. Like for instance, this a solidly solid pool. Let's go hover over that. It's got 616% is in swap fees APR, and that's all of it. So all of this is simply just the pool growing. You're not getting any beats for that. Same with this which one is it here? Solid Beats is paying out in swap fees only, 510% APR, but you're not getting paid out in beats. It's just that your pool is growing, just like the people who had the NFT for Andre. If they, you know, their NFT grows in size just by holding it, whether you're doing anything with it or not, it grows in size because the protocol grows in size and fees get collected. I hope that all makes sense. Same thing here. So, and you can see that from all the community pools. All the community pools are only paid out in APR fees, right? You can go right down the list and see what they're paid out in. Now, some of these are paid out in really interesting stuff, like for instance, the 100 Finance HND token, which I'm bullish on. I don't have a big position here, but I plan to increase it, you know, but their payouts are really low. But look at how this thing pays out. It pays out in 22.49% in swap fees APR. So the amount of your pool growing, right? 22.6%, you know, and that's a hard thing to quantify because you can't really see it. And if the price token doesn't go up, then you can really not see it, but the negative effects are much lower because you're earning all those swap fees. 22.6% beats APR, that's printed out straight into beats that you can collect, and it collects here in your price, right? In that $16 of stuff that you can collect, or I have $16 there. And the last bit of it comes out in HND token. And when you go and press this, and if you go to harvest this, you get 0.1 beats, 0.1 HND, and then so you get it like two different payments. They could do this in multiple payments, but it's really cool that as this grows, you're getting paid in HND tokens and in beats tokens. So I like that. I wish the APR was a lot higher. I would add a lot more to that, but it's a pretty small APR, so we're staying away from that one. All right, let's go to the APR and see the one I want to get into today. Today, I want to get into the Byte Mason pool, right? So that one should be called Beat Mason's Oath, because the oath is the name of the token. So this is cool. It doesn't even hold Fantom. It just holds 80% oath and 20% beats. Very interesting. Let's check out these APRs. You're getting 12% in the swap fees and then 184% in beats. I like being paid in beats myself because it's, you know, I can see it. I can stick it in the staking pool, and I'm trying to grow that staking pool. So I don't know if you can invest in these ones with, I think you have to have either the oath or the beats. I don't think you can invest in with Fantom. No, you can't. So I'll have to go buy the beats off the market. Let's go do that real quick. We'll come over here to swap. We're going to buy beats. It says I have 51 beats. Oh, I'm not sure why. Let's flip that over. Let's buy us some beats. Let's go with like, no, I don't want to do max. Let's just go with like 177. How about that? And that will get us 346 beats. And then we will put that into, and it says I already have a balance of 51 beats. So preview that trade. We'll confirm the trade. Might as well take the beats from the reward pool. Quick shout out. Last time I was saying I don't know where the button is to harvest all rewards at once. And I was having to go in and harvest them all at once. And a really great person who follows my channel had told me, click on these stars, man. It's right there. How can you not know? So there we go. I'm going to harvest all of my rewards, which is going to give me 24 beats and 0.1 HND. And that will, HND will just, end up straight into my wallet. We're going to take those beats and add it to the pile of oath beats that we're creating today. So let that harvest. There's just so much going on with this platform, and they're such a deep and interesting team that I think it's totally deserves and right and just that they passed Spirit Swap. I like Spirit, but I think it's really cool that they are the number 2 DEX currently. All right, so let's go back to that pool that we're looking to get in, which if we clicked on APR, we found it right here. Beat Mason's Oath. 80% Oath, 20% Beats. Let's invest. What do I have? I have 422 beats. We're going to max that out. Proportional suggestion will give me 4,095 Oath. I'll take it. That's going to give me a $273 investment to get going. So let's preview that. Invest that. Off we go. I'll be earning 273% APR in beats. And a little bit of swap fees, of course, as we just explained. Let that grab a confirmation, and then you stick those, right? So that created our LPs, right? Now we need to stick those LPs into the pool. Okay, get that out of here. So that's what it says here. You have unstaked BPT in your wallet. If you deposit your BPT into the farm, you will earn additional rewards. Okay, so that's what I want to do. I want to max that out and deposit 1,019 LPs, or BPTs, they call them. Beats 5, give them permission to access your stuff. Surely. Okay, we're approving the LP token. You have to do this the very first time you go into any of these pools. Then make sure you max and deposit your BPTs. So 2 approvals there, but you don't have to approve from then on out for that pool. You just have to deposit. So there we go. The approval has finished. Now all that has gone through. We have purchased some Oath. We have deposited into our section. Now let's go back to our investments and see if it showed up. And solidly pool. Stable Credit Sonata. I have currently, sorry, wrong one. Solid Beats, $235 at 510% right now. That's not the one, sorry. Beat Mason's Oath, right there, $271. We got that now going, and that will get me 184% in beats plus the 12% in APR fees, growing my Oath, which I really want to get as much Oath as possible. I think it's great that it's crossed here with Beats. I'm hoping they have another pool that crosses Masons with Fantom, or crosses Oath with Fantom. I will load that one up as well. So there we go right now. My portfolio a little lackluster, kind of in the toilet from where it was, but 64 cents is a hell of a good time to be buying into Beats. So getting into that pool right now, when I see that as a fantastic opportunity, and I'm just going to let it run from there. So there's a lot of another episode of Earning on Fantom for you. I hope you guys liked it. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or there's any protocols you really want me to check out, and I'll see what I could do. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Crypto music is going to catch you guys on the flip. Hope you're having a hell of a great day. Hope you got mad Fantom profits falling into your lap, and I hope you have the vision it takes to see what we have here with Fantom right in front of us. Catch you on the next one. I'm out.